All right. So this is how I made 900 change supply and demand today. Today is Thursday, still NFP week. We start with news as always, right? So go ahead and look at news. So 7:30, we got what was that? Unemployment claims. And then we also had news at 9 a. I mean, 9 a.m. for me. Uh, ISM manufacturing, right? So I hopped on the chart knowing that I needed to take a trade before 9, right? Well, I didn't see a clean setup before 9. I wasn't trading, bro, because I'm not. Feel me? Look at this candle. If I would have stayed in this trade, I would have got away. I would have been so sad, bro. But anyways, you can see it's a nice clean demand setup, right? But I didn't notice this trade first, right? I was actually on GU first, and I'll show you guys what I saw on GU, right? So I hopped on the charts at 8, like usual, and get this out the way. Wait, where was it? Oh, here it is. All right. So I hopped on the charts at 8, and literally once I opened, I already spotted the breaker. I just seen this breaker block sticking out. It was literally like a sore thumb, bro. See, you have the high right here, low. Well, I tweaked high, low. Wait, no, bullish breaker block. No. Okay, so look, you got the low, high, lower low, and then you got the higher high up here, right? So I already seen this thing sticking out like a sore thumb. And like it was the way these two charts were moving, EU and GU today, they were like moving like sometimes they move kind of like differently a little bit. Like GU will make a spike down, then EU will make a little move down. But today they were like doing like almost the same exact thing at the same time. So I knew that uh this demand zone, it was lining up perfectly with the breaker block and how GU was moving, right? I didn't want to take the GU breaker block just because with breaker blocks you can't time, like you don't know how far it's gonna go down to the fair value gap, right? So I wanted to take the EU supply. I mean the EU demand. So going back to EU, right? We have a high probability demand. You can see our setup was above the 200 EMA. We have a close with a gap. It closed above this structure over here to the left. I'll show you guys. Even though it looks like it wicked, it closed above this structure right here, as you can see. So we broke that high, so it's a high probability demand, right? I literally got in, I think on this, I got in on that candle right here, I think. When it broke this, that's when I got in. And I literally just targeted for a 2 to 1, but I didn't fully get the 2 to 1. I got like a 1.9. Cause if you actually go here, like I said, I set my TPs based off the 15-minute time frame. But as you can see, when you look to the left, there's no highs to really target except for these, and it wasn't. I knew it wasn't gonna get all the way up here before news, right? So there was no highs to the left on the 15-minute. I went to the 5 minute to look for some highs to target. No highs on the 5 minute. You can see it's no highs except for that one major high. I knew it wasn't gonna get up there before news, so we just had to try and play it right. I was sticking through this trade until about like 8:54, 8:55, something around there. Because I literally got out on this bullish candle, this last huge bullish candle at the top of it. That's where I got out at. I was trying to hold for the 2 to 1, but once it started rejecting, I was just like, let me call it quits because news is coming up. Not trying to feel me lose all my profits right here, but you see it played out perfectly, right? The GU breaker block, it literally played out. So, I'm telling you, you don't know breaker blocks, bro, get hip with breaker blocks, bro. Like these things are literally like they hit almost every time, bro. Like when you see one form, you almost know it's gonna like feel me. But you can see you got the low, high, lower low, higher high, comes down into this fair value gap. And yeah, you could have if you wanted to take the GU breaker block setup, I mean, you could enter once it taps the gap. So I guess I mean if you wanted to, you could have entered there, put your stop below here, but I looked at this. I didn't like how big the stop was, so I was just like, I'm gonna just take the EU. Even on EU, my stop was still big, but I felt more comfortable because it was a demand setup. But you could put your stop below like the fair value gap candle if you want to too. So either way, no excuse. Two winning setups today on both pairs. They both gave a setup. I took the EU setup, got in for a 2 to 1 for Well, almost a 2 to 1. But I got him for like I'll just say 2 to 1. I got him for a 2 to 1, profit of 900. So pretty straightforward trade, right? Uh, you can see on EU there was no actual breaker block on EU. That's the thing that was like kind of tripping me out. I didn't really see a breaker block here. Let me see if I could. I mean, you do have a low high. I mean, a low high. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't see a breaker block on EU. But it threw that demand set up, that 5 minute demand, and that's all we needed, bro. But you can see after news came and it took it out, it actually went all the way up because of that GU breaker block. But I'm telling you, when the breaker blocks form, you know where it's going, bro. So took us out on the news candle, and then literally just fully went up. Like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, breaker blocks or something, bro. But anyways, that's a trade recap. For today on Thursday, I'm not trading tomorrow because Friday is why am I forgetting? Friday is NFE. I don't know why I'm forgetting that. So no trades. I will be back next week Monday though. So that's it. And yeah, if I have any questions, let me know.